Hey guys, it is me, the Traveler. I know it's been so long, so much has transpired for me over these last few months. Let's see, I want to fill you guys in. I know half of you guys don't care and then the other half might, so I'll give you guys like a halfway answer, right? So let's see, after Alaska, I went to Baltimore, Maryland, and that was never my plan. I started talking to a guy, and so I went there. And then me and the guy stopped talking. So that is a great part about travel nursing, that you don't have to move places. You know, you can experiment and leave. And just a lot has been going on since then, which I will fill you guys in as I progress with this video. But I really do want to get into the subject matter that I wanted to make a video about today, which is, how do you know when it's time to switch specialties? Okay, so if you are watching this, you're probably a nurse or you're contemplating going to nursing school or becoming a nurse or something, right? The beautiful thing about nursing, for us all, this beautiful career that we have chosen, is that there are so many factors to it. So I mentioned in one of my previous videos talking about not having to feel confined to one specialty and things like that, because there's so many different things to do. In the video I talked about, is nursing for you, right? So how do you know when maybe you should explore a different area of nursing, which is perfectly fine to do? I think that just like in any job, you start to feel burnt out in certain areas at certain times, which is perfectly fine. Some people feel guilty for feeling burnt out because they feel like, well, this is what I'm supposed to do, blah, blah, blah. And you don't need to feel guilty for feeling burnt out. It's fine. It happens to us all. It's what you do when you feel that burnt out. So how do you know when you're feeling burnt out? I think that when you are doing something that you probably once were excited about and you loved, and now you don't. Now you're dreading going to work. I think it's okay to not want to go to work, because even when you do like your job, we don't always want to run to work, right? Even when we do like our job. So I'm not saying that you need to be skipping and hopping to work, and if you're not skipping and hopping, then you don't like it now. But I think that when it starts to interfere with your own personal quality of life, so let's say you have kids now, or you got married, or you're getting more involved in extracurricular things, maybe you're doing dance now, or maybe you're doing stuff in the church, or just stuff like that. When you're participating in other things and maybe work is getting in the way, I do believe in having a holistic life. We preach this to our patients all the time about quality of life, having a good life, having multiple different things going on. And I find that in healthcare, many times healthcare providers, ironically enough, we tend to have some of the worst quality of lives, right? Because we are working holidays, we're sacrificing weekends, we're sacrificing holidays, we're sacrificing sleep, nights, crazy hours, we're missing family events, we're missing all sorts of stuff. So, it's kind of ironic that, it's kind of hypocritical and ironic that we are advising people to have such a great quality of life, but many times we sacrifice our own. And sometimes that's a part of the service. But when you start to feel, just a resentment towards your role, towards your job, you're probably getting burnt down that area, and it's okay to explore a different area. I had made an Instagram post a few weeks back, and I had made an analogy of, seasons in our life. Weather, seasons in our life, same thing, right? And I find that, let's say it's summertime and you're wearing shorts and flip-flops and tank tops, that's great. But then the seasons change. It's fall, it's winter. And let's say you're still wearing shorts, tank top, blouse and skirt, right? Say you're still wearing all of those things. You're going to be freezing and you're going to start to feel numb. Why? Because the seasons change and you did not change appropriately. So I feel the same way in relating that to work. If seasons change in your personal life, and we have the privilege of being able to change our job and still be a nurse accordingly for it to kind of line up with our lives. If not, we begin to feel numb, we begin to feel cold, similar things like that. So if you start to feel numb, cold, just not having it, it's not fair for your patients, because many times over a period of time they're probably going to detect it, and it's not fair for you and your own mental sanity and your own quality of life. So I personally feel like when you start to feel these things, it's okay to explore a different area. Don't feel afraid to. A lot of people are afraid. They don't want to, they'll say, well, I've been doing ER nursing for 15 years. I don't know how to do anything else. Or, I've been in the OR for 10 years and I don't know how to go and be a med-surg nurse now, or go work in the ER, or, you know, I've been here for 2 years, and, or, oh, my manager is gonna feel so bad because, you know, I love my manager and all the things, and like, and that's great. It's great to love your manager. It's great to, you know, have that one skill, and it doesn't mean that, you know, you're never gonna go back. You know, maybe one day you'll go back, but for right now, if you're feeling burnt out, or you feel like whatever you're doing is not congruent with your personal life, it's okay. Like, it is completely okay to leave that, you know, for a moment, to focus on yourself. Don't be afraid. You will learn other skills. If you want to, yeah, don't feel like you are stuck in, you know, in a certain job or in a certain position because that's all you've been doing or that's all you know. Or you feel like you have this loyalty to your coworkers or to people, because at the end of the day, I mean, and I'm not trying to do it in a selfish way because I've also been there. You know, my first nursing job that I ever had, I loved my coworkers so much, and I didn't want to leave them because I loved them so much, and I realized that I hated what I was doing. And after a year and a half, I was like, I love you guys, but like, I gotta go. You know, because at the end of the day, like, other people will look out for themselves also. So these same coworkers that you're being faithful to, or the same manager that you're being loyal to, if a better opportunity comes up for them, they're also going to leave also. So what ends up happening is, you know, you end up being the loyal and faithful one, and everybody's going to leave you anyway, you know, in the long run. So, I mean, it's not bad to love your coworkers and to feel that loyalty. I mean, those are all great qualities, but don't let it hinder you from making yourself happy. I find that many times nurses in general are some of the most selfless and giving people, which is great. But we also apply that like to our personal lives, where many times people that are nurses, we tend to be some of the most unhappy people because we are giving to everybody else, we're nurturing everybody else, and we're forgetting to allow ourselves to be nurtured or to give to ourselves or make ourselves happy. And don't feel guilty about making yourself happy or doing what you want to do or doing what you like. Even if it's not within nursing, if it's something completely outside of nursing, like, go for it. Like, anyway, that's a whole nother spell. But say all that to say, when you start feeling that way, definitely look into switching specialties. So, with saying that, I have an announcement for you guys. You ready? 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 Well, I guess ready or not. So, I officially will not be working in the emergency room anymore. And I won't be a travel nurse anymore. I know, I'm gonna have to change my name from the traveler now to something else. But I personally am burnt out from it. You know, I've been doing ER now for 4 years, and I've been traveling for 3. Been a nurse. I'm in my 6th year of nursing. So, I mean, some might say, well, you're still a baby. And I'm just like, okay. But, you know, for me and for what I can take, you know, I'm done. I'm capped out. You know, just with traveling, I travel, you know, so everyone travels differently. And for me, I literally go to another city every few weeks. Some people extend, and so they end up staying in a city for longer periods of time, which can definitely help with the burnout. But I never extend, you know, for my own personal reasons, and I'm so ready to just be somewhere, like, quality of life. I'm ready to have a consistent gym life. I'm ready to have a consistent church life. I just want to go to church every week. You know, I'm tired of missing weddings, missing baby showers. I missed 4 weddings this year. 4 weddings because I couldn't get off. I'm just missing out on life. Anyway, so for me, you know, I just found that, like, you know, I need to do something else. Granted, I don't know what I'm doing yet. Right now, I'm just kind of taking the holidays off. And I'm just relaxing for the holidays, and then come next year, I'll pick something back up. I'm also working on a project that you guys will benefit from. So stay tuned. Me and my team are working on it, and it'll be released sometime early next year. But a lot of you guys are going to love it. I'm going to love it. I'm putting a lot into it. So I'm excited about it, and I'll still be doing like traveling stuff. I'm a complete supporter of travel nursing and a complete supporter of emergency room nursing. I think it's just the greatest thing ever. So I'm not anti just because I don't do it anymore. But so yeah, so I have some great projects, so stay tuned for that. And also just let me know what other things you guys would like for me to talk about, whether it be nursing or other things or whatever. I have to come up with another name, I suppose. But I'll still be here, I'll still be present, and during this off time, you know, I'll be posting videos and things like that. So I'm really excited for this new stage. Thank you guys, the people who, you know, have been messaging me or, you know, just saying like, where you been and things of that sort. I'm here. Just lots of changes have been going on these last few months. So anyways, guys, so that's it for this video. Stay tuned for great upcoming things. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss them and so that you don't miss future announcements. And let me know what you want to see and what you think. Alright guys, see ya later. Traveler out.